What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is a video that I've been meaning to do for at least a couple of days now, but then I had some other things, other videos that I wanted to get out, and then obviously live stream. So it kind of got pushed back, and then I wasn't even gonna release anything today. But then I remembered, like, oh crap, I got to get this out, because especially in the state that I live, in New Jersey, we just had a lift on the mask, the mandatory mask. Now, obviously, it's up to the discretion of the businesses if they want to continue to enforce it and all that stuff. But I'm going to get into that a little bit later. All right. So first, let's start with, as you can see on the screen, it says Roe v. Wade. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Roe versus Wade, that is pretty much the abortion case. And I say that because that was the case that the Supreme Court was able to justify women's rights to have an abortion. And another thing, with that being said, for those of you who don't know, the Supreme Court has a lot of power. They do have a lot of power, more power than most Americans know about. So, for instance, they get to kind of change laws based off of how they understand and comprehend the Constitution and all those other legal writings. So that's not what this video is about. But so Roe v. Wade is that case that pretty much made it precedent that women have the right to get abortions. Now, obviously, those of you who've been following me or subscribe to me, you know that I'm against abortion, and I've laid it out many times and the reasons why. So obviously, that the Roe v. Wade case isn't something that I really agree with, especially because the woman who was used for that case, she was very irresponsible, very irresponsible. Not sure if anyone did any research on her, but she's very irresponsible. She was married, and then she had 3 kids total. She was married for the first one, got divorced, turned gay, had 2 more, just living like a crazy life. She tried to accuse or forcefully accuse some quote unquote blacks for rape in the state of Texas. That way she can get an abortion. Now, I know a lot of women out there, and this is how you know that the liberal black female is not your friend, because the liberal black female, the same females that say to me, oh, well, if she couldn't have an abortion, I understand why she would, try to accuse someone of rape to have an abortion. See, that shit don't even add up. Like, bitch, no, first of all, no one told you to spread your damn legs, all right? Especially if you was going around saying you was a lesbian. So that's what I'm saying. We let these people, with all this confusion, get to make decisions that affect all of us. Nah. The few shouldn't have precedent over the many. And that's a huge issue that we have, obviously, that I speak about. But, so she was trying to accuse some quote-unquote blacks of raping her, and then the police, thankfully, were like, nah, something seems fishy about this, and they, they were like, nah, we're not going to go that route. So then, long story short, some attorneys were like, we're going to take the case to the Supreme Court. They took this to the Supreme Court, and it was the infamous Roe v., or maybe just famous Roe v. Wade case. Now, I say all of that because that's not what this video is about. I could talk about that, until the cows come home, all right? But so this video is about the precedent that Roe v. Wade set, and then what we are going to be dealing with soon, especially with the vaccine. Now, I also never had time to make a video about the vaccine. Listen to this. I don't have the vaccine, and obviously I'm letting you guys know that to state the case. I don't have it. I don't believe in it. Not saying I don't believe in COVID. Obviously, COVID is real, just like the flu is real. But based off of everything that I've read and everything that I've heard from the CDC, from the WHO and all that, the vaccine doesn't stop you from catching the virus. It doesn't stop you from spreading the virus. And, you could still die from it even if you get the vaccine. So those are the things that we know. Now, there's much more that I don't know about the vaccine, i.e., what are the long-term effects on the human body? What are the long-term effects, anything we pass down and into my gene pool? All that stuff we don't know about, So when I look at it from that perspective and I weigh it all out, it's something that I'm good with, especially at this point. I've been going this far without it. And I'm a relatively healthy person. I eat to the best of my ability, and I'm active, very active. All right. So, I'm not in the best shape that I've ever been, but then again, I was a collegiate athlete. So, but I'm in relatively decent shape, probably above average shape for most men. But anyway, with that being the case, I've weighed out my options, and that's my decision on that. Now, for the people that want to get the vaccine, hey, look, I have nothing against you. Whatever helps you sleep at night, do what you got to do. This is your life. You only have one life to live, as far as we know. So, that's totally within your choice, totally within your right. Now, the issue arises when the federal government tries to mandate things. Okay, now people will say, oh, but all these other vaccinations that are mandated, stuff like that, smallpox and yada, yada, yada. Okay, look. Smallpox was literally ravaging, and it has ravaged people throughout human history. The flu has not. I haven't had a flu shot in recent years. What is this lady doing, dude? Damn. Sorry, I'm in my car right now, and there's people can't drive. Like, come on. So anyway, the flu. I haven't had the flu shot. Come on, I can't even think of a time when I got the flu shot. The last time I probably had the flu shot was when I was a child and someone made me get the flu shot. All right. So again, we can't just sink into the total media narrative on what you need to do, because again, that's social engineering. Right? And I don't know how many more examples we need as a people to understand that you can't trust the fucking government. You can't trust the government. Real simple, man. So with that being the case, let's move down. So Roe v. Wade, you see the case. We're about to go on Wikipedia right now, and obviously I know Wikipedia isn't the most quote unquote credible source, but for the information that I'm going to be using for this video, I don't really need to go to an accredited site. So for instance, like I was saying, in the state of New Jersey, like today, on this Friday, the 28th, I believe it's the 28th, right, of May, it was lifted. Now we can not wear masks when we go to certain places, right? But is limited to those who have received the vaccine. Now, obviously, how are they going to, actually monitor that? How are they going to say, okay, well, did you have the vaccine? Because if you just ask people, they're going to say no, for the most part. They're just going to say no, I haven't. They're going to say, yeah, I had the vaccine, So how do you really monitor? That's one, right? But second, and this is the issue that may arise, and this is why I'm making this video, is that for them to even ask you, like say you were to go someplace, and they're going to ask you, oh, have you had the vaccine? That is an infringement upon our social liberties and rights. Liberties and rights. And I'm going to use the Roe v. Wade case as context in this, okay? So, listen, it says, holding. The Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution provides a fundamental right to privacy. That protects a pregnant woman's liberty to choose whether or not to have an abortion. This right is not absolute and must be balanced against the government's interest in protecting women's health and protecting prenatal health. Okay? So what that says is the Supreme Court used the 14th Amendment, saying that it provides a fundamental right to privacy. And therefore, that protects women in their choices to have an abortion. Okay? So that's what the Supreme Court ruled. Now, if if an entity were to ask me or anyone else in the state of New Jersey, because I don't know how it's going on in other states right now. I know in Florida, they've been maskless for a while, and all in Texas and all the like. But here, in these quote unquote liberal hubs, it's a bit of a different story. So what I'm saying is, based off of what the Supreme Court ruled, is that that's an infringement on my right to privacy. Because, and then you might say, oh, well, it's for the quote-unquote greater good of, society, so they have to protect, just like with the woman. It says this right is not absolute and must be balanced against the government's interest in protecting women's health and protecting prenatal health. Okay, so based off the CDC, based off the World Health Organization, the vaccine does not prevent you from getting the COVID virus, the COVID-19 virus, and it will not stop you from spreading the COVID-19 virus, and you still can die, although the numbers are reduced, right? Right. Now, also, keep in mind, like I said, these same people said the best way to avoid it and the best way to come out on top of it is to have a healthy diet and be clean and healthy, all right, and in shape and not have any underlying issues. That's what they said. So when you look at any professional sports team, there's been many professional athletes that have gotten or contracted the COVID-19 virus, and none of them have died. I'm just using them as, an example. Now, I know many quote unquote regular people that have gotten it and have not died. So if the vaccine doesn't stop you from spreading it or getting it, then how can the government step in and say, we're protecting your health? Unless it was the cure, I guess, and then they're saying you have to take the cure for it, but it's not a cure, all right? This is just like a Band-Aid. That's what the vaccine is, okay? So I hope y'all with me here. So to sum it all up, if they try to pull some funny style stuff on you, saying that, oh, you got to show us your vaccine card, or, hey, did you get the vaccine, or any questions like that, that is an infringement on your right to privacy, backed by the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Okay? So obviously, I'm not a lawyer. I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. I'm not a lawyer. I've not studied law. This is just from my, what I will call, basic understanding of the U.S. Constitution, because I have read that, and I do recommend that everyone read it, at least, once. I'm not saying you gotta have to be well versed in it, but at least read the shit once. So based off my limited knowledge of that, yes, that is what that means. Now, obviously, if anyone here is an attorney, a lawyer, whatever the case may be, you practice law, you study law, whatever, or you know someone who has, share this video with them. Get their thoughts on it, and then make a reply video or whatever the case may be, or comment or email me, because we have to get this information out to the people. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. That's pretty much it. The 14th Amendment, right to privacy. We have a right to privacy, right? If these irresponsible aborting ass women can have a right to privacy to pull some shit like that, and then I damn sure should have a right to privacy to not disclose whether I've had a fucking vaccination or not, and then be discriminated against because of that. So, Anyway, yes, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments. And like I said, if you have any law friends, show them this video, and let's get their insight on that. All right? Thanks, y'all. Peace out. Have a good weekend.